All right, everybody. It's Monday. It's the ID84 show, episode 116, live here for the time being in Revere, Massachusetts, here at the Packy headquarters. We have, as always, the Adam Mel to the left of us.
Hi, everybody.
And tonight we got special guest, he's basically the most regular guest we've had on the show of all the years, the one and only Kacy G. What's up, buddy?
Sarcastic.
No, seriously, I think you've been. It's his third time on the show, and of course, we have.
I really hope you lose your hand.
Eric Danger Powers is sitting here. Yes.
All
right, so let's just get this over with so Eric doesn't die. Eric bought a Popeyes sandwich, the one that people are killing themselves about. Okay, Eric, the camera's there. No, you're showing us. No, the camera's there.
That's also not pointless to have.
We got to look at the camera.
Look at the camera.
All right, is this Popeye sandwich as good as they say that it's as good?
So many noises going on.
Is this sandwich good? He says it's the same thing. He says it's not that good. Do you want to go on the mic real quick, Case? You want to give him the mic so you can not use the mic properly? Salty. There's a special sauce on it, right?
Pickles.
Cream of some young guy.
Looks
like there's a mayonnaise on it.
Probably.
That's fucking disgusting.
I smell ranch.
Yeah, that does not look good at all. That looks fucking horrific.
You can't disrespect the chicken sandwich like that.
Why would you eat that?
It's not better than Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is still better,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
So it's like a ghetto version
It's
of Chick-fil-A?
serviceable. It does the
There's
trick.
something in there that's making you want it.
Yeah.
It's not natural.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's like fake boobs on a chick.
Something, yeah, I taste
Something like
something
that.
not natural that wants me to
Yeah.
have some more of it.
All right. Well, that's interesting.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric, for giving us your
The
input
Popeyes review.
on the Popeyes review. Yes. So,
So is it as good, just as good, or worse than Mama used to make?
ooh.
One of the mid sandwiches. So.
Mother that makes sandwiches.
Never known his mom. He grew up in a trailer
I'm going to
park.
repeat what you say because you don't have the mic, so I'll just repeat.
Mother made great mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese.
Mac and
Nice.
cheese.
There's nothing wrong with mac and cheese.
Yes.
Kill a bird, though.
So,
Every bird.
okay. Great.
What?
So, Casey, the last time you were on the show was
Yes, when was that?
we were in the studio in South End over what the fuck street was that? We're next to the Medieval Manor, and we're in that studio.
Okay, yes, Medieval Manor and the bar.
Bar
Was it-
across the street.
was
So
it-
that had to be, I was still engaged the first
You
time.
wanna-
So that was
was it
2014, I think,
O'Neill's?
right?
Probably.
No,
Why would I say O'Neill's? No,
yeah, I
it's,
don't know.
I mean, I don't think I was waiting tables then.
No, what? So all
I
right.
might
So
not have been there.
Casey, today I was trying to figure out when I met you, and I think it was 2012 we met. Does that sound about right?
No, 2011.
2011. Okay.
2011. The dishwasher in the back was faulty and was flooding the restaurant and the kitchen.
That's right.
And we had to spend half of the shift trying to fix it.
That's right. I was a shift manager back then. That was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. The fucking holes blew. It was a night to remember.
Sounds like an adventure.
That's when me and Casey bonded for the first time. You know.
That's what we're calling it?
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah. So all right. So 2011. So Casey, we've known each other for 8 years, huh? Almost going on 9. It's crazy.
About 8.5.
He was there when you were there. Jessica Serafini showed you her boobies.
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, she did attempt to molest me. It
Yes.
didn't happen.
She wanted to have sex with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I mean, if you were down for it, she would have had sex with you right there in the back of the line.
Wait, is that the same girl that was with the cop and tried
Yes.
to get her into the bar because she
Yeah.
forgot her ID that
Yes.
day? Yeah, she's
Wait.
trash.
Well, she wanted to have sex with Casey. I gotta say, there's someone in this room had sex with her.
She's probably good.
Hey, someone in this room had sex with her. Do we know who?
Yeah.
Someone in this room had sex with her.
Yeah, Tommy.
You at home could play.
When a person who has doesn't want to own up to it, that person doesn't want to own up to it. That's pretty
Yes.
bad.
You and home could figure out who did it.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, it wasn't the three of us.
And
there.
it wasn't either three of us.
Your buddy Priscilla from California is checking in.
Hey, what's up, Priscilla?
This is early for her because this is like 4:30 over
That's
there. right?
true.
Yeah,
Yes,
just coming home from work.
probably.
But yeah, so me and Casey have known each other for quite some time here. He's left the restaurant we work at for the 7th time in 9 years, and he'll be back probably a few months, I would imagine, right? It's usually how it goes with him.
Well, a few months I'll be at grad school at Harvard.
Yeah. There you
A few months I'll be at grad school at Harvard.
Nice.
So probably not.
go.
That's very good.
There you go.
Nice.
He's the only one to spend more time in college than I have. You know, just taking and chipping away. It took me 9 years ish.
And
Ish, ish,
loans
ish.
that'll last for a lifetime.
And here I am broadcasting from my shitty Revere apartment.
I wouldn't say it's shitty, man. It's
I
not
mean,
shitty
I guess
at
it's
all.
all right. I guess
This is no mold or anything. This is
Well, there is. There's black mold in the.
there's no black mold.
There is in the fucking water tank room. There is.
Not
We're dying. Eric's probably gonna die.
It's not a black mold. It's just a
It looks
science
black.
experiment
Yeah.
gone horribly wrong.
It is.
There was a couple of rats involved.
There was a mouse in this apartment once.
Yeah, you did have a mouse. I remember
We
that.
did have a mouse when I was in Canada. Me and Stu were up in Canada, and Doubleback was our roommate, and there was a mouse on the loose.
I'm convinced that was a pet that got loose somewhere, maybe.
Well, we think it's
Must have
from
been.
the dirty third world people that live in this building who don't have very
That's-
good
That's
ways
a
of throwing their garbage away, and I think we got into the garbage room, and then an epidemic, if you will.
possibility, too.
Yes,
The Black
Yeah.
Plague.
the Black Plague.
The Black Plague rises again.
So yes,
Beautiful thing.
it was a beautiful thing. It should come. We really need some population control. The best thing that could happen to this planet is we have the Black
Actually,
Plague.
that just
Right?
happened in China. That just happened. People are being treated for the Black Plague in China right now.
Yes,
It's like kicked up again, advanced. It's like
Oh,
So-
the Black Plague is alive and well in California.
yeah.
no, but I mean an actual revved up version that's actually.
What do you
taking
mean by
people
the
out.
Black Plague, there, Casey?
I know what it
Sounds like a rap universe going on over there.
Oh, it was beautiful, especially after playing that video game that revolved completely around the Black Plague in France.
Are you a gamer, my friend?
Oh, always.
Yes. What's your what's your game right now that
You
you
know
know?
what are you into right now? Because I am occasionally too.
Right now I'm playing the new Call of Duty game.
How is
but
it? I've heard that the single player is probably the best it's been in years.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
I do like it, and it's like they actually took care to actually write like a good story on it.
Nice.
But,
Yeah.
and it plays different enough that it like feels like it's slightly different from Call of Duty, but not enough where it's like the advanced
Gotcha.
warfare where you just
Yeah.
the double jumping and
Yeah.
the exosuits and whatnot.
I've been playing a lot of Outer Worlds, which is a lot like Fallout, and it's really good. If you like Fallout, you'll like Outer Worlds. It's really good.
I'm feeling the same people made.
They did.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
say by the
yeah,
same people, and that's
Bethesda.
what people wanted. They took everything that was good about Fallout and they put it in Outer Worlds, and that's.
See, I
that's
can't
what
do
it is.
video games. I
You
can't
know?
tell you the last video game system I had was I had a
Super
is it a
Nintendo.
no a Wii.
Okay,
And-
that's more of a that's not really a game system. It's more of like an interactive.
I guess
thing,
so.
Yeah.
Casey, do you remember Corey? We used to work with Corey Smith, the legendary Corey Smith, the drunk the guy. Used to.
That's like everybody who walks through those doors.
But you remember him, right? He was the guy. He looked like the guy from Hangover.
Yeah, that's right. The
So-
guy who got Casey fired.
Yes.
The other Casey fired.
Yes, because Casey was banging a underage host at the time, or I don't know if she was underage, but
I
she
don't
was a
think
host.
underage.
Yeah.
But
You
it
should,
was in
but you
the
shouldn't be a
airport.
general manager banging a host.
No, you should not.
That's usually a no-no, right?
But
I'm,
so-
I'm,
but
what happened?
Is that how Neil got his wife?
I think so. From what? How you met your mother?
but he was
No.
Remember?
Neil?
He was your AO when I started working there. He was a GM at one point, and that's how he got his wife.
Oh yeah,
Neil
so you think you're
Asian
yes,
hostess.
yes, you're right.
Kind of jealous.
I mean that's fine. It's just don't get caught, right?
He obviously got caught.
You did got caught, yeah.
you were talking about gaming though for a second.
Oh, because me and Corey Smith on Friday nights we used to close the bar together.
Yeah.
And he lived in Beverly and I lived in Abington at the time, or Rockland at the time. So we used to drive home and we get home at the same amount of time. And we play Tiger Woods golf
Yeah.
on N6 on Wii till like 5, 6 in the morning. Like so we'd get home and
Yeah.
we'd take a shower and then we go and
Yeah.
we meet each other. We'd probably play like 48 holes of Wii golf.
The thing is nowadays, like I can't game like I used to. Like I
Yeah.
have real world responsibilities. I don't do it if someone's over. It's like my me time if it's like midnight and everyone and like.
Well, I didn't like
Yeah.
the relationship
You know, I
I was in,
can't-
and I didn't want to go to bed, so I just played Wii all night and got
there it
drunk.
is, yeah.
So,
But
I mean, so-
all right.
what else are you gonna do when you just want to get the hell out of there? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you really could work 96 hours a week, not be home to work anymore. It would really.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I used to play a lot of Wii golf.
Yeah. We's
You know?
another,
It's the only game I owned for Wii.
Wow.
You know? Do you know my mom won a free Wii on Ellen?
Oh God.
Did I ever tell you this story?
No.
So you know the story? My mom and her friends went to New York for their womanly bond. I think it was a lesbian retreat. I used to call it. And they got tickets for Ellen. It was either Ellen or it was the other show, the Regis show, Regis and Kelly. I forget which one it was. Whatever one it was, they went on there, and one of them was like, look on the of your seats, and there was like a piece of paper. I'm like, yo, when we's.
Oh, it's like the Oprah thing.
Yeah, so my mother had a Wii that she never used. So one day my sister set it up for her, and she was like, "Oh, you can do your exercise and stuff. It's good. There's like a whole game where you can actually, you know, what I mean."
Fit.
And yeah, she never used it. So
Of course not.
we had a Wii, and it was just sitting there.
Yeah,
so
that's kind
it's
of
Kelly and Regis. That's right. My aunt's chiming in. It was Kelly and Regis who went.
Oh, wrestling's in Boston.
R.I.P. Regis. He's dead.
Is he?
I don't know if he's dead. He's just old as shit.
He's in a
Is he not
better
dead yet?
place.
No.
He's
No.
not what he used to be.
Do you know I read on the Star and Inquirer? I was reading the garbage magazines, checking out at Target
Those
yesterday.
are fun.
Apparently, Ellen's one of the worst bosses to work for.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I heard she's a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I guess usually people who are at the top like that in certain things, they're usually control freaks.
I heard Oprah's nice though.
I haven't
You know?
heard anything.
I don't know.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the like? I don't know who's the worst. I seen Chloe.
Khloe Kardashian.
Yes, my aunt wants to know who the new guy is. Meaning Casey. I've known Casey for we've established since 2011. I've worked with him at the restaurant on and off for the last 9 years or so, almost. So 8 years, yeah. And he's been the number one guest on the Arty 84 show. This is third or fourth time. Do you remember?
Third time.
Third time, yes. Most people don't come back after the second. I don't wonder why. You know, it's amazing. The only reason we got Adam here is because I met him on Craigslist.
Yeah, we keep plugging that. I know.
It's great. We're the only people I've ever met on Craigslist have been in a relationship.
Remember we were playing what was the game it was one of my games, and I made somebody walk out. I was like celebrating because
Yes.
she made somebody walk out.
Oh yeah, that's when we were in the Cambridge stage.
He's like, I'm gonna go wait
right?
downstairs in my car.
Oh, that's right. He was singing the songs about
it was the Jack's Joke Shop guy.
Jack Joke Shop. He was singing songs about Jack Joke Shop in Quincy Center or something.
Yeah,
like that,
I think we
right?
played
Yeah.
Points to Ponder.
We were playing
and
Points to
he
Ponder.
just couldn't handle it.
Couldn't
He just
handle
can't-
it.
Oh no, or was it Urban Dictionary? It was one of those two because that's my games.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
there.
but was
yeah,
it was
yeah.
it Urban Dictionary or Points to Ponder?
I don't know.
Regardless, he couldn't handle it. He walked, and I was like,
both of them.
it was like I got my
Yeah.
cherry broken because like it was the first time somebody
If
even
you-
walked out.
Go
and he
check
couldn't
out the
handle
Arty and Eric
you
show.
never
from,
had
like-
people call for your head though. Me and Artie did.
Yes, we had one
First
time.
week. Called
So-
for a head. I didn't even know.
I got some arguments with people, but yeah, I never had
I
somebody
did
call for
anything
my head.
wrong.
My aunt says, "Hey, Casey," and my aunt says, "Adam's awesome. So is his beautiful girlfriend."
Oh,
Look at that. We'll be sending you a.
yeah.
We send. What? You don't like Adam?
He's just Eric's gone.
Just being Adam. I mean, being Eric.
being Eric. Who's that, by the way? It's Eric.
It's Eric. Eric's off camera. You can't see him right now. He's sitting on the lazy boy with Nola. And Nola, you're very good. Usually, Casey, you must be like a dog whisperer because usually when new people come over, they're usually crazy for about a half hour. They just they barked real quick and that was it. You're a very calm soul. You know what I mean? You don't have the energy.
Well, I live with two dogs.
Oh, there you go.
They're
So,
both opposites of
Yep.
each other's. One hates people, but she loves me,
yep.
and then the other loves everyone and everything, and that's the dog I can't stand.
Gotcha.
And I have definitely offered to trade him for my cousin's dog Ghost, which is beautiful,
Yeah.
even though it's really really small.
Do you let your dog sleep with you in the bed and stuff, or are they like isolated? No.
No,
We treat our dogs like they're small children, apparently. So they have their own space on the bed. They actually take up more of the bed than Susan and I do. I found myself hanging off the bed last night because Tommy was between the two of us and he had just spread his legs out to a, we need a king size bed, something like that. Nola was laying sideways, which is very inconsiderate for a dog, So, what are you guys texting each other about me?
We are. We're going back and forth right
Yeah.
now.
So, how do you like that Shiraz? I'm not a big fan of Shiraz, the wine you're drinking.
I can't do red.
I would offer you a Merlot, but we didn't have any in the house.
I like reds. I know.
I drank it all. I apologize.
No, it's fine. I drink enough Merlot.
Yeah,
Um,
you're a red wine guy, right? Specifically.
I'll go typically like I do red wine because it's better for your system.
It's great for your
Yeah,
body.
it's,
Yeah.
great. It's better for your body. The only white wine I drink is kind of in a class all its own,
Mhm.
and that is mead.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Mead is delicious.
really?
It's
I don't think I've
sweet.
ever had it before.
I know.
Yeah,
Maybe I have. I just didn't know
It's
it.
an
but I don't know.
old school type of drink,
Yeah,
isn't
it's a honeyed wine. And tend to find Chaucer's does it the best, but
Okay.
but they're strictly mead. And Tastes delicious if you like honey, if you like sweet wine.
I do.
It's noticeably sweet,
Okay.
so it's not as so it doesn't. It has a similar taste to wine, but you could almost classify it as something else.
Is it it's almost like a liquor? Is it a high alcohol content? So it's almost like a liqueur almost, but is it?
So it's still classified as a wine
Okay.
as far as alcohol content goes.
Okay.
But it tastes significantly different.
Is it? Now is it red or white or is it off colored?
Depending on the kind.
Yeah.
If you get like blueberry, raspberry flavor, yeah, the color will be different.
Gotcha. Okay.
But the base is white.
Can you buy it at a store? Do they sell it? So if I went to Cappy's Liquor, can I get a mead?
So if I was allowed to have liquor in the house,
Yes.
I would be shopping at Wegmans
Okay.
because they have it there.
They do have it there.
Yeah, they do have it there.
Doubleback, who are a fan of the show or a former housemate, he works there now. So he works. Yeah, he's working there. No, he's leaving. You know, he told Target, he goes, "Listen, I got a target on my ass. Go fuck yourself." That's what he said. You know why?
He
Gangsta.
wouldn't say that.
That's right.
He would not say
We're
that.
not getting our discount on toilet paper anymore. That,
Yeah.
no.
I just bought fucking big thing of $5.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Good for you.
Needless to say, he's in a better place.
It's a good place.
It's a better place. Whoa, hey now.
Dead.
Well, let's calm down.
We've only had 2 people in the history of this show that have died. So,
Yes, that's true.
well, no, 3. That kid who drank hand sanitizer and died.
What?
Remember
Okay,
that
that's
kid-
just a bonehead decision.
Huh?
Go bags.
Yeah.
Rich DuPont.
That Rich DuPont I'm talking about. Yeah, and Carlos's brother.
Well,
Yes.
there's another one that's been here while we were filming that I was close to.
Carlos's brother.
Margo.
What?
Well, she's part of the show. She was connected to me. You said that had been on the show and died.
Yeah, they were on the show.
Well,
Not on the show. They died. They died. They were on the show and they died.
oh, wait, they died on the show. I'm confused.
No,
People-
they didn't. The people that were guests on the show that passed away.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've
You
had-
said people we have known that have been connected to
No.
the show. Oh, all right. All right.
No,
Oh,
like
all right. All right.
so, like
They're
literally,
flatlined.
we've been doing this show for. What happened?
And variety.
Oh, boy.
What did we get over there? What's going on?
The cherry pie.
Did I get pie disaster?
Did I say cherry pie? Is it cherry pie?
Tommy ate the pie. Oh God.
Oh well,
Eric, what did you do?
it's all contaminated now.
Eat the pie.
Tommy ate the pie.
Eric, why did you eat the pie?
No, Tommy.
Is it a
Did you, Eric? Did you have the pie yesterday?
Pie is awesome.
That was the pie.
Now I can't have
Apple pie. So Susan. So yesterday we do a Friendsgiving, and we invite some of our closest friends over on once a year to get together before Thanksgiving. So we had about 9 of us over, and Sue made an apple pie for the first time, and I heard it came out delicious. The whole meal was freaking scrumptious. It was just delicious. Turkey to the mashed potatoes to the I gotta tell you, the squash was a killer. Whoever made the squash was fucking tit. That shit was delicious. But the food, it was great. The desserts were fabulous. Everyone enjoyed themselves. And Alex Wallace, you were invited, of course. He's watching right now. Our number 1 guest. He's got the diamond this week. He's now the number 1 fan of the show.
Wow, taking it back.
Now we had the Maddie Wallace. We had
Yeah.
Maddie Monaco, but we didn't know Alex Wallace.
It's
So,
bounced around a little bit.
Yes.
Number
it goes-
1 so far.
so this
It's
kid,
still early.
this kid Alex has been watching this show for almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
Every day. I went to high school with him. And I don't even think we were in high school at the same time. He's friends with the Monaco boys. I think Maddie. And we think that Alex Wallace is Maddie Monaco. We think they're the same person because we've yet have seen them 2 in the same room at the same time. So,
It's true.
anything is possible.
It's very possible.
The truth comes out.
That's right. Look at Tommy right there in the fucking video. We're behind us. Look at that.
What the hell's going on over
Are
there?
you okay?
Banging the people up.
I'm so sick of hearing them bang.
Get a broom.
Were you banging the ceiling?
No, I'll make a hole. I've already done it.
We have so
Pregnant rage. Let's channel it.
as you guys know, so she went up to the fucking apartment last week like a lunatic.
That's not like a
Ooh.
lunatic. If it was bad,
I was nice.
She went
Yeah,
up there.
that's fine.
I go, you should not be putting yourself in that situation. Why was it a crazy person?
I told Eric to come find me if I wasn't back. in time.
How come you didn't send Eric?
but why didn't Eric go with you right then?
Or go with you?
Right?
Scarier than me.
Yeah, well, at
She's
least
pregnant.
I know, but she's pregnant. She's not thinking straight. You should have took Eric with you. She went up there to visit the people upstairs making it. Apparently, it's a family that doesn't speak English, and the only one that speaks English is just a little girl, and she's doing fucking cardio.
No, that's logical if it's that bad, but still, I mean,
It happened till
people
about
do.
10 o'clock at night.
Every single night. till
Yeah.
10 or 11,
She was
starts, literally.
she was
Sounds like there's nothing but
That-
an open
she was
space.
jumping so much the other night that the doors were shaking like we're having a minor earthquake. It
That
was fucking
sucks.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
No,
crazy.
I've heard it,
You
but
see, that's when you just do what I do and grab some peanut butter and just put it underneath the door
what's going on?
and
Okay.
just wait for the rats to come in.
That
Oh,
conversation could have
All
gone a
right,
lot of
we-
different ways.
All right, we were making sure.
I was like, what are we
All
doing
right.
with peanut butter?
We were making sure the peanut butter
I
was
know.
going in the right place because we don't want.
I know.
Listen, only Eric keeps a jar of Skippy in his room.
That's when you take a jar of peanut butter, smear it on.
Little bit of peanut butter. What happened?
Well,
Are you high?
That's very dry.
Are you allergic to dogs? What's wrong with him?
Oh my! Well, we know what's wrong with him.
Yes,
Well, there's a bunch of things, but at the moment, he's just
it's Mr.
he's happy
Man.
though. He's happy.
Yes.
He's very happy.
We remember I was listening to an episode a few months ago and we thought Eric killed himself on his birthday. So,
That's very true.
and then he didn't come out until 5 minutes after the show was over. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, he's
you
not
were-
dead.
I heard Martha Stewart in there.
Yeah, you're
there was
watching like
noise,
fucking
and then you,
HGTV and shit. Yeah,
and then you were, we were like, you want to go out? And you're like, no.
yeah, we're gonna take you to the Squire, and you're like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
no, yeah.
I'm an animal.
We opened the windows.
What happened?
What's
We
the
have a
noise?
fire?
The
Wow, they're making up cookies out right
pie.
What's going
I'm
on?
gonna make cookies. The pie drippings
Pie drippings,
now? Oh,
yes.
That's why that smells so good.
are
This
in
place is
the
like-
bottom of the stove.
So we need to open a window?
Make it smoky.
All right, Casey, can you
Yep.
or help her? I don't know. There's a window that needs to be open. Maybe Mr. Mallet. They're unlocked. Just pull up. Yeah. So if you're watching the show now, we have this is
It's a can.
There
It's
we-
a can. Why are the cans still
fucking
behind? you?
cans. Are we good? We got a window open here.
Yeah, we don't open too much because it's gonna get pretty chilly.
Okay, I think we're good.
And now we're gonna get noise from outside. We got that going on. It's just a cluster.
It's all right. It's not too bad. Could be worse.
I don't want the apartment to burn
It makes the show
That's true.
very animated. Case, thanks for your assistance.
Woo!
Sorry,
Yes.
I'll do better.
Casey, this is a regular day in this house. This is a Monday night, not doing a show.
This is only once a week for me. I don't know
Yeah.
how I already did it.
There's always an adventure here. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, it's never a boring moment in my life. You know,
Well, I
that's
can
true.
definitely smell the.
smells
the
good though,
ashes.
right?
Yeah.
Smells like you're burning a
Oh,
candle.
there it
It's
is.
like
Now it's
delicious.
starting to. Now I can smell it.
So what are you cooking? Cookies? Making us cookies?
I would want to, but I can't now.
Oh, that's upsetting. That's like a cock tease.
I know.
So all right, so let's
Oh,
get
I
to right
see
here.
what you're telling
Gronk
me.
has a big announcement tomorrow. What do you think
He's
it is?
not coming back. He's using this to his advantage. And he's being an asshole. He has another announcement, probably about CBD or something stupid, but he's using the fact that he has till the November 30th
Yeah.
deadline to his advantage, and he's going to make some stupid announcement. He's not coming back.
Okay.
He's not coming
So
back.
what do you think the announcement is? Do you think it's just like another
No,
thing
it's
he's
a business
promoting?
announcement. Like whoever his advisor is whoever insane to doing this because he knows people are watching.
Yep.
He's using the platform for what it's. He's not coming back, and even if he was, it would take him a month to get in shape anyway for football. So it's like
How do you know he's not already getting in shape?
he's
Like,
not.
how do you know that?
No reporter said he is. Every reporter said he's not. He even said it would take me about a month, and he
Okay.
would. He's lost weight. He does. Plus, if anything, would say he's been doing the CBD, so he would test positive anyway.
But maybe he's not doing the CBC.
And then he's a
'cause he
shitty
knows-
business person because he's endorsing it.
Maybe I've used stuff I endorse. I don't use.
That's horrible because he's a major partner.
Like I don't use strap-ons, but I endorse them.
No, he's not coming back, man. He's not.
Except it's on my forehead. I did a unicorn.
We don't know that yet.
He's not coming
What do you think,
His-
Casey?
his-
What do you think he's gonna do?
You see, here's
Are you even
the
a
thing.
football person? Or are you just trying to ignite the
Oh,
conversation?
I actually like football.
Okay.
Only after the major Super Bowl that they won that they probably shouldn't have won.
That's okay.
But yeah, I'm one of those football fans. All right, so this is what I think.
Gotcha. We got
I think that his name is really Igor, and all of his parts he gets from dead people.
Okay,
Yeah, so
That's a big statement.
that
yeah,
is a.
That's out there.
That's a hot take.
That's a hot
probably-
take right there, right? So
I mean, what else could it be? I mean, you already say he's not coming back. So what else could it be?
All right, well, you
He has
know what?
stage 4 cancer.
I hope not.
no, it's probably like some business thing, like, or I'm joining the WWE or
Could be.
something like
Maybe
that. It's
the-
some adventure that he has, like that he's tapping
Yeah.
into. He's not coming back.
What do you think, Eric? What do you think? Gronk's big announcement tomorrow. What do you think it is? Gronk's big announcement. What do you think his announcement is tomorrow? Gronk's. How many times have to fucking say it? Jesus Christ.
His announcement I
Yeah.
know his announcement.
What is it? How do you know? You
His
fucking.
announcement is that Motley Crue, Poison, and Def Leppard
I know that's
are
what
all on the fucking road again
Is it-
next year. Yes.
Okay, why
Is
you
everybody losing their mind in this room?
Okay. How do you do stand-up comedy and been on the radio in the real time and not know how to use a fucking microphone? Why do I have to have a conversation with this every single week?
And that's why
I
it
can't hear
fails.
myself here.
No, you
I don't
can't.
know.
You're like deaf.
Oh my God.
No, I can't hear. I usually can hear myself if I'm on stage or if I'm in a real radio studio with my own cans.
Sue, save me.
You don't wear headphones when you do stand-up.
the
I can
pregnant
hear
woman's the
myself out
most
the fucking
sane woman.
speakers,
Jesus Christ.
right? Can't you not hear yourself
No.
out of the speakers?
All right, Alex Wallace is saying Gronk's joining the Cowboys.
Did no one get my announcement? Nobody got my announcement?
What's
He
that?
can't join the Cowboys.
Why?
Because it's
Well, he's
still,
under contract.
still
I know,
He's coming
technically
back. It has to be
Patriots.
the Patriots, but he's not coming back.
Has to be.
Brianna's
Come
watching,
back.
Eric. When you
Who?
say something nice to her.
My eyes are wide
He's
open.
not coming
I'm not
back.
telling you which Brianna, though, so you say what you have to say.
Here you go, Casey.
Could be two. Oh, no, she's not watching anymore. Thanks, Eric. Okay. No one can hear you, so you need a microphone. Jesus Christ. I need more mics. Who knew I was going to have fucking 5 guests on the show?
So
Okay, there you
It's
are.
like anarchy today.
I think everybody's lost their damn mind.
Okay, what's your
I'm probably
opinion?
the sane person, which is crazy right now.
Okay.
People magazine.
There we go.
Sexiest man alive.
Gary Goldman.
Who do you think it is?
We already know. We were talking about this last week. It's the black man that plays the piano. All of you. All of
no,
me.
it's not.
Yes, it was. It was him.
No, it's not. I'm looking at the article
Sexiest
right
man
here.
alive was fucking, what's his piano playing man?
No,
who's dating the
John
transvestite.
Legend.
Yes.
No.
His
it's
wife's the
not.
trainee.
I'm looking at it right now. It's not John Legend.
It
Shoot,
was.
throw it out. Who is it?
Gary Goldman.
Somebody guess. Other than John Legend.
Okay, let's break this down.
Why did they're talking?
So it's obviously not because she's not agreeing with you.
No, they said it was John Legend last week.
Is it an actor? Let's break. Let's. narrow
Are you
this
reading
down.
this year's?
He's an actor.
Okay.
I don't think she's reading this year's.
He's a rapper.
Chance the Rapper?
Actor, rapper.
Yes.
Snoop Dogg.
I swear to God.
No. All right. All right. No. Watch this. Hold on.
Snoop Dogg is the sexiest man alive. The world's coming to an end. It's over.
Sue, they just announced it last week. It was John Legend. They literally said last week the sexiest man alive is John Legend. It was all controversy.
Oh.
I think you got a
For the
fake
record,
You know
website.
what? Even if that's true,
Is
the
she,
fact that
is she
Snoop
fucking
Dogg,
for real right now? She just got a fake website.
No, it's not a fake website.
Okay, are you
But
high?
if
Literally
I
last week.
would've read
You know-
the full article, Snoop Dogg edits People
All
magazine
right.
cover to make himself the sexiest
All right.
Okay,
man
so
alive.
it was John Legend. He has the transvestite wife who looks like a man, and he won Sexiest Man Alive.
All
And all of him is all over the
Well,
world.
admittedly, she jumped the gun.
Well, good for him. No one agrees. Do you guys agree that John Legend should be the Sexiest Man Alive?
No.
I don't know who he is. So
Well, there you go. See, if Casey doesn't know what John Legend is, then he doesn't even have a chance. Yeah, all of you inside
In
of
my
me.
world, it would be.
Yeah.
In my
All
world,
right.
it would be Ryan
oh,
Reynolds
that
every
sounds
year.
delicious.
You know,
Just
we
like,
shouldn't have told Sue that she was having fake news, just so she just kept it.
In my world, it's Ryan Reynolds every year.
Dude, Ryan Reynolds is the sexiest man
every
alive.
year it would be Ryan Reynolds
yeah.
over and over.
Thank you. You should read before you do hot takes because you know what? You hit the alarm too early, and now people all over the world are going crazy. I get, was it just part of your routine?
Oh
Taking
boy.
your comedic skills from Eric?
I have no routine, nor am I funny. So
You know.
Casey, who would you say that sexiest man alive is? If you had to pick sexiest man alive, who would you pick?
oh, that's a great
No,
question.
not saying you like guys. I'm just saying, like, obviously, me and Adam are very secure of our sexuality, and we
yeah.
like women. I mean, I'm married to a woman, allegedly.
Are you sure? this is Massachusetts 2019. Anything is possible.
True, that's what Kevin Garnett said. And
I know Ryan Reynolds already was. though,
Ryan
so
Reynolds
that's-
is a sexy individual.
He's a good-looking dude. There's
you know
nothing
who-
wrong with saying that.
Do you know who's sexy than
I
Ryan
mean-
Reynolds? Fucking George Clooney.
He's an old guy.
Give me some of that fucking
he's like
silver fox.
right?
Right? Brr. You know?
It's fine.
I'm just saying. I mean, if I sex with him,
No.
Oh, that's
He's a good-looking
unsanitary.
dude.
But,
It is.
Whatever.
but if I had to pick, it'd probably be either like Pierce Brosnan or Sean.
Prime,
Reynolds
though.
still,
You're
yeah.
talking like in the prime.
Like James
Pierce
Bond,
Brosnan, like
Sean
James Bond in the prime.
Connery,
all right,
yeah.
all right. That's fine. Okay.
Who should be the sexiest woman alive this year? Who do you think?
Oh, see, that's getting tougher. You know what's annoying about like things like this? I feel like with Hollywood,
Yeah.
like the women are like older now, and it's like there's no new young blood coming in.
Yeah.
Who's the youngest actress that you can think of that's coming up through the ranks? That's like in a lot of movies lately or out there. I can't think of one. Like
No.
the youngest one is like Jennifer Lawrence, and she's good looking, but she's not like
Actress.
She looks a little downsy.
Yeah.
She
Blake Lively's hot. Ryan Reynolds' wife is
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
You know.
If you see
Talk about a
just
fucking power
any
couple, huh?
Jennifer Lawrence movie, she's pretty much playing the same character.
Yep.
All the
Yeah.
time. The only difference I found was Mother, which is a terrible movie.
Oh God!
anyways.
Don't eat when you're watching the last 20 minutes of that movie.
Wow,
Oh,
what
I
happened?
know.
She break her
There's
water.
a lot
or
of weird
something?
shit, like eating
so-
babies and all the
Yeah,
weird
so,
shit.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they took the communion to a whole new level on
Yes,
Sundays.
they did.
Okay.
So they
very
worshipped Jennifer Lawrence's baby after there's the breaking of the bread, and so in this case it's just the breaking of the child.
Yeah.
God,
and
Jesus
then all that was left was the
God.
It's pretty graphic. It's
What the
messed
fuck?
up. But Jennifer Lawrence,
I know, right?
I don't find her attractive.
I used to, and then she did that shit on the plane, and she lost points. Remember, picked up the phone and started talking like, "Hey, passengers,"
Yeah.
and like it was like "Fly,
What-
Eagles,
what-
fly."
What was this?
Oh yeah, she's an
Yeah.
Eagles fan.
No, she's just doing that. I think.
I think
got
she's
up-
only an Eagles fan because fucking who's the guy she was in that movie with that has the long hair? Who was in Hangover? Yes, he's a fucking Eagles
But any
fan.
normal person that did that
Fuck
would get
him.
tackled.
Fuck the Eagles. We beat them last. Guess what we did to you last week, Eagles? I'm gonna put this over your fucking. I like to troll. I like to troll fans like the Buffalo Bills. I fucking hate them, so I troll them every week, and I just keep posting the same videos of fucking Joey dancing like a goon
That's a good way to
in
get
the
people
living
to
room.
like your
I
channel.
fuck yeah, they want to make me like my dick. So fucking the Bills. So if Eagles fans, fuck you, because no one likes the Eagles. No one likes Eagles fans except for like Northern Delaware people. That's about it, right? The little fucking Newcastle circle they call it.
So
Right, Eric?
But my point is that I liked her until any normal person would have got tackled for that.
You think
Getting
we'd
up
be
and
like a
using a
terrorist?
phone.
Yeah,
and
that's not
picking up-
nice.
No, you don't do that.
What kind of flight
On the
was it,
plane?
though?
It was a commercial flight.
Yeah, no, what airline though? Because
I
that
don't
judges
remember.
my.
I don't remember what flight it was.
Yeah.
United. They've got the new drag and drop feature.
I like the drag and drop.
Any normal person would get up and pick up the phone and talk to passengers.
Who?
Why do you care about we're talking? Because
Who is
Batman
that?
related.
George Clooney. Last week we talked about who the sexiest Batman was, or the best Batman. I said it was Michael Keaton.
And
Was
I
my
can't look at it that way. I look at it as Bruce Wayne and Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
I think Keaton is one of the best Batmans,
I think so.
but I think he's the dorkiest Bruce Wayne
okay.
because
What-
I do two different grades.
And George Clooney's probably the best Bruce Wayne, but
He's
the
a
worst
better
Batman.
Bruce Wayne. It's because it's basically
Yeah.
George Clooney playing himself.
It's
Like, kinda
true.
suave, but as a Batman, horrible Batman.
And you said who was your favorite? Val
I
Kilmer?
say that the best all around, if you were to combine Wayne and Batman, is
Yeah.
probably Bale.
Yeah,
Probably,
Yeah.
but I do think Keaton is the best Batman.
I love Michael Keaton.
See, I look at it in different ways. I just
Beetlejuice, good Beetlejuice. There you go.
That
That's
was,
a
a great,
Beetlejuice.
that was a great movie.
It was.
Michael Keaton, I put him next to who did I go?
See, I gave Clooney a C+.
Good.
And I gave him an F.
There's Eric's over there. What are you thinking about over there? Christian Bale sucks. Worse. You're out of your mind.
Well, Val Kilmer had like
Ben Affleck was better than Christian Bale.
You should look at Val Kilmer's mouth. He has like the lips.
Whoa.
Affleck was okay.
Susan.
I never saw
All right,
that
Sue.
movie.
You're gonna need to move out of Massachusetts. You're anti-Affleck. That doesn't
I'm
roll
anti-Affleck.
in this house.
I'm not pro. Wait, what?
Yes. Okay. She bases off mouths.
Oh,
I'm actually agreeing with
Well,
Sue.
This
Even
is
though
what
Suze
women
hates me.
So,
but I'm
all
agreeing
right,
with
any ladies watching out there, which is probably not a lot of them. Do you base your Batmans off the mouth? I'm just curious because if that's the case, it's great. We don't have a lot of
you. I
female
mean,
watchers.
it's a factor
though,
because there's not much to go on. Because
Obviously.
go on
so. Okay.
It's one factor: the voice, the mouth.
Yes.
All
All right.
you know.
Alex Wallace is saying best Batmans in this order: Keaton, Bale, Affleck, Kilmer, and Clooney's the last one.
As a Batman,
Oh,
yes.
fuck you, Alex Wallace.
Alex Wallace, but as a Bruce Wayne,
Yes.
where do you rank them?
Oh, and Alex Wallace moved too. Are you closer to Revere? Because we need to have you here for a party anytime soon. Alex Wallace, man of mystery, aka Matty Monaco.
Matty Monaco.
Yeah. All right. So we established that. Okay, whatever. We all agreed to disagree that we don't like certain Batmans,
Yes,
right?
that's gonna happen. On the world.
Don't give me giving you a Batman mouth. That's creepy. She's giving me this like creepy like mouth thing, like Batman's. Like she's like Batman's gonna blow you.
Well, Val Kilmer has the.
Oh, Kilmer was in
his
gay.
mouth was like-
He was in gay porn before he became
No,
famous.
he wasn't.
That's how he became
No,
famous.
it's not.
That's
He
the
wouldn't be- he
rumor.
would- no, it's a no.
That's the urban legend.
No.
He was doing some of that booty popping stuff.
Yeah,
That's right,
Yes,
but before-
Stallone, on the other hand, did softcore porn. That's a true fact.
Pedro's in the house. Pedro's watching.
So,
Pedro was one of the best fans of the week until Alex Wallace beat him up. Remember that a couple weeks ago?
I'm not in that league.
Pedro from me and Pedro have a crazy story once. I can tell you. One of these episodes, we could have a story just on me, Pedro, and Joey Maggs and some of the adventures we went through. Things you would be PG-13.
It wouldn't
So
be.
it wouldn't be. It would be
No.
like
Well, it's not. It's not PG-13 here anyway.
no, it's fucking
So.
show. It's anything goes, right?
It's R though. It's R here.
That's right. We got a pregnant woman. We got a fucking Smokey over there with his Patriots hat. A couple dogs
There's
with
a lot of bases
Casey.
covered here. There is a lot of bases covered.
You know, Adam. It's all good. Oh, he moved further away. He's in Greenfield.
You love it. It's
Oh.
because in your stone mind you really like eating kittens.
Dude, you like eating kittens, man? It's fucked up. Because that's from like Housewives, man. Don't you watch Housewives?
Why
Dude.
don't you watch Housewives?
I watch it naked. Do you ever watch Housewives naked? Actually, she's probably right because I do sleep in the nude, and I think Housewives did come on one night while I was sitting there watching stuff. I mean, that's probably not an inaccurate statement. I do, Eric. I sleep in the nude. Do you know how many times I've come onto the living room naked, thinking that maybe you could pop open that door and it could be an awkward. Me and Eric slept naked before.
I heard you. You said you spooned.
Yeah, there was a snowstorm once, and there was these 3 girls sleeping upstairs, and me and Eric had the pull-out couch. And I'm gonna tell you, the only thing that pulled out that night was the couch. And the two of us were sitting there naked together, and we spooned each other. It was great. It was the February of like 2012.
Was it for like warmth? Did you guys keep each other
Was
warm?
this at
Yeah.
the Comfort Inn?
No, it was in the first floor of an apartment in Malden.
I would guess a red roof in, but it
was-
pretty close.
It was Eric's ex-girlfriend's
I
house
only
before she was
because
his
if it
ex-girlfriend.
Snows, they ended up paying rooms for the hotel.
Yeah.
First. Granted, I've turned down every instance to sleep at the hotel.
Why? You missed out some good parties, Casey. We had some really good parties there. And some
I'd
snowstorms.
rather walk home in the blizzard.
I gotta tell you, some of the parties we've thrown at that Comfort Inn during snowstorms are, you can't even talk about.
Why they're that illegal?
Crazy. There was craziness going on. Missing out. I can't even get into details. I don't want to incriminate anyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So and so did this to
Yes,
so and so.
Basically.
Couple windows were broken.
There's a few. There's a picture of Eric who made out with my mom's friend. You just missed it on.
So man, I left, but I've had confirmation. See, I can't take Artie's story for its word, but I will look at other people. And be
Susan
like,
was
"That
sitting
happened."
right next to me.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I've heard it from multiple people, so it happened.
Yes.
It happened. It's all right.
So Alex Wallace wants to know if you want to go to the carriage house. You want to go to the carriage house? Alex Wallace. Did you ever go to the carriage house?
Where is it?
That was the one that was where the waste plant is now on Route 1. It was like a fucking motel back in the day. It's now a recycling plant on like Route 1 North and
alright.
Peabody.
What would we do there? We'll go there now.
That's where we used to get hookers all the time. It's a hooker hotel. So, that's unsanitary, right, Casey?
Very
I
insane.
read his mind. He usually
That's
says,
how you get gonorrhea and stuff.
yeah.
You don't want to be spreading that stuff around. You know.
No, you don't want gonorrhea. No,
Yeah.
no one wants gonorrhea.
Yeah.
Gonorrhea, cha-cha-cha.
No, but
So Casey, we love you, but we brought you on the show because you're writing a book, or you've written books.
Yeah.
You're being edited and all that stuff. The first time we brought you on the show many moons ago was because of the first book you were working on, and since then you've been progressive in a positive manner. Correct. So far, yes.
Of what?
Progressive. The books have progressed in a positive manner.
I wouldn't necessarily say that unless you consider
Yes.
be positive. Man.
Well, I mean, finishing's half the battle.
Oh yeah, that's usually. No, you know what? That's the second hardest part. The second hardest part is finishing.
Yeah, talk to Eric now these days with his bad prostate. He can't fucking finish.
he's so gone right now. He could probably like I don't even know.
Yeah, he fakes an orgasm. The only guy I know has to go. "Ooh, ooh, ooh." then spitting a used condom afterwards, so it looks like it's real.
Oh
God.
my gosh, that's terrible.
What happened?
And,
He's like, I'm done.
and here he goes.
Everybody's just left.
leaving.
We
the
just lost
room.
everybody.
Leaving.
Let's go wrestle.
Watch wrestling. Yeah.
So, something my 7-year-old son will say
Yeah.
in to 8 years.
How hetero of him. I'm gonna go watch wrestling. Oh boy.
So you're working on a new book right now.
Well, I'm working on several, but
Yeah.
one is on the floor burner right now. That one I've been working on for like 3 years, about 188,000 words, so a little longer than the Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay.
okay,
at
so
this
talking
point.
science fiction.
Yeah, but believe it or not, it's I mean, it falls under grim dark fantasy. It's very, very, very depressing to the point where I have literally had to stop what I was
Oh
doing.
wow.
I had to stop writing, take a break for maybe a month at a time because I was so depressed.
That's really cool.
So-
And then I'll return back. But it was originally inspired in 2015 when I took a Jane Austen course at UMass Boston.
Yeah.
And it was originally inspired by that. And then if you were to read the manuscript, you'd have no idea that's where it started.
So
Yeah.
the question I have is, you have all these fiction fantasy stories you write that they all kind of intermingle with each other, correct? Kind of, they all have parts they share, and they kind of.
So I do write series. I do the one I'm working on right now. I had intended on it being just one big book.
Okay.
Oh Jesus!
a-
You're not
Then-
turning into George.
then-
Wait, back up. Hold on, before you're not turning into to George R.R. Martin here, are you? Where it's like a million pages that could have been edited, and it's it just goes on and on and on, like Game of Thrones.
You see, the Game of Thrones.
It could be edited.
I never read the book.
Yeah.
All right. I never read the
It's too
books.
long.
I just watched the series,
Yeah.
and like that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
If you want a series that lasts, is very satisfying, and is longer than George R.R. Martin, The Wheel of Time is the way to go.
Yeah. Have you?
14 books. Each book's about 1,000 pages, which equates to about 200.
That's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Have
It
you
was a
read
great
the-
series. They're just coming out with Amazon is making a television series on it, and me and my uncle are definitely looking forward to
Nice.
that.
Have you read The Witcher at all?
No, I haven't even played the video game.
No, but I mean the book
Yeah.
came before the video game. It's what it's based on. It's
Yeah.
based on a book. I mean, and it's coming out with a series on Netflix, which I highly recommend that. That's actually a really good, pretty good read. There's like 14 novels of that. I think it's Polish. I forget his name, the name of the author who wrote that, but I highly recommend it.
So my question is,
Um,
how do you remember the sequence of all these characters, of how they intermingle? Like to me, that would be the challenge, because you have say you have more than 5 characters. They all have plot lines, right? They all have. How do you make sure they all stay consistent over the course of writing? Because that's the problem I would have, is to make sure each character stays 100% true to the story.
Yeah. So a lot of that comes with there's about 2 or 3 things that come into play with that. One of which, if you've read my first book that comes out, you'll actually find that someone who I had not intended on coming back from the dead came back from the dead.
But the great part is, you write in the book,
Yeah.
so you can do anything you want, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
the
like-
problem is it was very unintentional. So her name was meant to be placed for somebody else's name who's actually still alive.
okay.
Yeah. So there's pretty much just a random dead person talking in the middle of towards the end of the book.
Sounds like my roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. Eric's in a better place.
Do you
Yeah.
set like I know Stephen King, for example, he sets a marker. Like I write 5 pages a day. That's it. Always 5 pages a day. Do you set a marker for yourself on how much you plan to write per day, or you just kind of where you feel it and you tackle it, and then some days you don't? No.
Yeah. A lot of that for me generally depends. No, don't eat the chocolate. That's poison for you. I don't have chocolate. So a lot of it, like Stephen King, he says he'll write 4,000 words a day.
Yeah. It's always 5
and
pages. He said.
For me, it will fluctuate.
Yeah.
It depends on what's going on with period of time.
Yeah.
So for one such example, I was on vacation out in Indiana with my father's side of the family, and what ended up happening was that everybody was also working or to school during the day, and this was around like towards like the end of like May.
Yeah.
So fancy smancy 80-inch flat screen plasma screen TV. So just just set my computer.
Yeah.
And I'll just be typing in. And that 1 week I ended up putting in about 30,000 words.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
And so it definitely depends on specifically what I'm going to be doing.
Nice.
Now, obviously, I work full time.
Yeah,
and I'm going back to grad school for finance.
Yeah, life gets in the way.
It's tough to balance the two. You know what I mean?
I might
So
be
it's like,
lucky if I end up getting like 1,000 to 2,000 words in a week.
yeah. So so here's the problem I have
Yeah.
too. Okay, so say you start writing, right? And you're writing, you get like, you're in a flow on a Tuesday, right?
Yep.
And then you don't write again until Saturday. How do you keep that momentum of the mind that you had? Like to me, like when I used to do like reports and shit in school and stories, I would have to continuously bang it out because if I stopped, then I would take more time than me to catch up to where I was, and then I would start critiquing what I already wrote, so it wouldn't be as flowing as it would be. So like that you can't.
That makes sense.
For me, I can't stop. I get to like,
I guess
take some friggin' Ritalin and just fucking type up like a crazy person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So to typically answer that, it comes off with three parts. First of which is the editing.
Okay.
Strictly leave it after the end.
Yeah.
Don't touch it until the first draft is done.
Okay.
If there's a spelling mistake that's bothering you, it's sure fix it. But like if there's like something like consistency that's bothering you, ignore it. Get it back on the second way in. For one. Number two, there's this feature in Google where you can like comment on the side of it, Google Docs.
Yep.
And so basically, like if I'm like at a point where, okay, I don't know what I'm going to write next. All right, put a brief note. This is what I'm going to write about next, or this is how the rest of the scene's going to go. And then the third part, which is probably the hardest part to deal with, is like once you get in the momentum, you don't want to stop.
Yep.
But essentially it's stop when you know what you're going to write next.
Okay.
Because when you go back, if you don't know what you're going to write next, it's going to take you like another minute to even get going.
Yeah.
So
when you go back to it.
Do you have like a timeline set up, or like a they call that storying when you you set up your storyboard essentially before you write, or is it basically as you go you just go?
For the thing I'm working on now, the grimdark dystopian, it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Because it's there's a significant amount of stuff in it. I've there's about like 70-ish main characters that the story follows.
I'm assuming though you know your ending though. They always say like know your ending before you know your.
Or do you develop your ending at the end?
I did when I started.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Oh wow! All right, that's kind of cool. That's kind of dangerous.
I did
So
when
the
I
story
started.
could go any way you want,
Yeah.
basically, right? There's no nothing holding you back.
At some point, like I know what's gonna happen within the next 2 or 3 books
Okay.
for the most part.
That's it. Just 2 or 3.
For
That's
the
all.
For the next 2 to 3.
That's awesome. That's
So
pretty
what's-
cool.
And then after that,
Good for you.
it's a gray slate.
So what's your end game? How many how many novels or volumes or books do you want done by the time this is all done and said? Like,
For this particular series, I have absolutely no idea.
so it's whenever it ends, it ends.
So yeah, I had the intention of it just being originally when it started just one book.
that's
Just one
that's a
big
lot
book.
of fucking dedication.
How many pages are we talking there?
Well, this is about 188,000 pages. So
Wow.
sorry, not
Woo.
1,000 pages.
Okay.
188,000 words.
Okay.
Which, if you stick it in like one of those penguin books, it probably equates to between 600 and 800 pages. So
Okay.
somewhere around there.
That's wow. That's
Um,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so essentially just to go back to how I keep myself organized and how I go through. As I said, after the first 3, it's like fog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know precisely what's going to happen. I don't know precisely how it's going to go down. I just know that after the 3 books, I know it's not going to be done.
Yeah.
Because as I said before, I had only intended this being one large book, and then this manuscript that I had just finished, I'm going through editing right now, is 188,000 pages that goes over the course through 1 week.
Yeah.
Just 1 week.
Yeah.
Never mind the Lord of the Rings,
Jesus.
which was
It's a lot of fucking writing.
That's a lot of writing, man.
100,000 words. It took over the course of like three. There was like 600,000 words. It took over the course of like 3 years.
Yeah.
So about and
That's
mine
dedication
just
right
went
there.
over a week.
That's love too. You got to really love that. You
Yeah.
can't just like it. You got to really love that kind of stuff.
I mean, I
And
try
that's
to
awesome. That's really cool.
I try to
man.
write my memoirs. You know what I mean? Like, no, like so I started. So
How old are we?
No, so like one day I sat down like all my adventures and all the stories of all the places I visited. I tried to wanted to write in a few pages of like the what happened during that trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I would say the majority of the trips I've taken were by myself. Prior to meeting Susan, I would go to all these places by myself, like all around the country, and I had all these adventures and stories. You know what I mean? Like, and I wanted to put it down on paper, but I have the ideas, I remember the stories, but it's like my ADD couldn't keep me.
The connection between the brain and the hand and the paper.
Yes,
can't
like
get
my
there.
hands, my
Yep.
brain was moving faster than my hands, and I couldn't put out what I wanted to put out,
Yeah.
or phrase it the way I wanted. Like I needed almost like a ghostwriter
Yeah.
who
so I
could
was gonna
sit there
say
and just
ghostwriter.
fucking type. And I just throw shit at them, and they'll just kind of put it together, and then we go back and we kind of fine tune it, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But where am I going to find some asshole to listen to me fucking talk about my fucking bullshit for the last fucking 10
Well, you know, you
years?
could just
If
keep
you
like,
pay me, I'll do it.
you could just keep a notebook, and when you have an idea, write it down. But you're not using it to write.
I
it
don't know how to
phonetically.
write.
No,
Like-
but I mean, just kind of clobber a bunch of ideas.
No, but that's my problem. I don't.
And then-
I can't. So the worst part about me is I take notes. I can't read my notes
Okay.
because I write so fast and it's illegible. When I used to write jokes, I would have to type my jokes, and I would not get the quality of the joke out of it because I was coming up with these ideas and I was trying to get it on paper so I can remember the idea of it.
Okay.
But my writing is so horrific that I can't make out words. I can't make out the word "the" sometimes.
Why have we never worked on? I've actually been really
My
good at what you're
hand,
talking
so
about.
my hand goes about 20 times
I don't-
faster than my mind.
I wish. I've known
Or the
you
other
for
way
like
around.
over
My
a
mind goes faster
decade.
than my hand.
I've known you for over a decade now. And I could help with this.
I would have been a class candidate as a child to be on ADD medicine because my mind goes so fast. I cannot keep a focus. And I am minorly dyslexic. So I need something to kind of move my mind to focus onto writing into doing stuff like that. So if I had something like, not a Ritalin, because I wasn't
No,
out of
that's like a
control.
90s or 80s medication.
No, but I needed, what's that
like an
stuff?
Adderall.
An Adderall. So
So-
if they put me on Adderall when I was in high school, I would have been able to focus better on my work and been able to
Yeah.
fine tune my smile. I mean, I'm not a
I was
stupid
late
kid.
to the
I
party.
finished like 10th in my class.
I did.
But I'm a smart guy. There's probably no reason I couldn't finish valedictorian, but my mind wasn't focused. I couldn't really focus on the shit I was doing. You know what I mean?
Well, if you were 10th
So,
within there, you were fine.
what you're saying is, if you were on Adderall when you were in high school, you would have graduated from Harvard, right?
I probably would have.
I-
I probably would have been better scholarships. I'm not saying that to like put myself on a pedestal,
You see,
but I know that I'm the type of person that I need because I can't focus on stuff. I have all these great ideas, but my projects and stuff like that, my mind, I'm so over the place. I need to be focused. You know what I mean?
I can honestly tell you, I am against like some of that. I think it's abused, but you're looking at someone right here who it was too late for me. Honestly, I went from somebody who was a summer school student to honor roll
Mhm.
within a year and a half.
It works for people.
For people who actually need it, I mean, there are people that I think it is abused and people that I can't focus. Oh,
Yes.
here's a drug.
No, that's
But
not
there
right,
are
yeah.
people that genuinely I think do need it, and I am proof of that. Unfortunately for me, it was
So
a
I
little
had-
too late,
I had friends
but
who
it did help.
went on it in college and
Yeah.
they improved significantly.
Yeah.
Because they and I was never like I never thought about it. Never thought to me. I didn't know I was dyslexic until I was about 25 years old. I didn't know I was dyslexic, and that's sort of something that should have been picked up when I was younger. Because I would
Yeah.
when my mind is I see stuff real quick, right? I read, and my mind sees the words a certain way, so I say it like the way something's written or the way a phrase is written. My mind is thinking faster than my eyes, so I'm already assuming what that phrase or the sentence is without actually
Oh.
reading it.
Okay.
Because I'm
that's
seeing-
that's a good way to put it. I know
I'm-
what you're saying.
I'm
That's
seeing
a-
certain letters in certain
You're
orders.
picking it out.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
seeing certain words put in certain places where my mind is seeing it faster than my eyes are actually bringing to my mind saying, so the word is like story, but I'm seeing it as like something else, ST, I'm seeing it as store,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So when
that's
I-
a great way to put it. Actually.
So it's tough for me
Yeah.
to read a teleprompter because my mind's thinking faster. It's also tough for me to write because my mind's going faster than words are being fucked up in like numbers. So I'll see this now. I deal with a lot of numbers at work, and I'll write something, and I will see something like, say I see 37.5, right? I'll see that as 57.3.
Whoa.
Real quick.
Whoa.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I'll look at it and go back to it, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, I wrote that, but because I seen that, and then my mind will stop, because my mind was moving fast. Maybe the last thing I seen was 57. So my mind's starting to trigger off certain things.
Okay.
Now, if I just slowed down and looked at it like, properly, obviously I would see what it is, but my mind's moving faster than my eyes.
That's annoying. I can see that.
It's a
being
pain in
really
the ass
annoying, yeah.
because I will like move letters around in sentences, like in text messaging. Like, you ever see one of my long
I've seen your text
messages?
messages.
My words are all mixed up because I'm
Yeah.
texting faster than my mind's thinking a certain phrase, but my thumbs can't keep up with my mind.
Yeah, it's
So
a bunch of
shit's getting
gobbledygook.
all fucked up,
Yeah,
right?
no.
And then it gets sent. Like, it's
Yeah.
it's a dyslexia that
Wow.
my mind has. If I just had some kind of, literally, if I was, because they didn't do that shit back when we were kids. Like, to know, like, you need
I
some
know, I
Adderall
wish
to
they
fucking
did.
focus on. If I had Adderall, I would be. Someone should have seen that I had some attention deficit disorder. If you know me for as long as you do, I can't keep fucking focus on anything for a period of time.
Yeah.
This radio
I
show,
can
for example,
attest to
about
that.
5 minutes on each subject.
Yeah, we
and
go
it's
all
not-
over the place. This
If
is
I
the-
just
it's
had
the
something to-
ADD
yes.
hour. It is
If I
the
just had
ADD
something
hour.
to keep me focused for like a little bit of time, I could just excel in that subject. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's
It could be the other thing, like what happened to me.
yeah,
I got diagnosed with something I don't have.
true.
Autism.
Yes.
Kept me out of the military.
Let's face it, we're all a little on the spectrum. I'm sure we all are.
I think we
really,
all are.
nowadays, are you fucking kidding me? We all are.
Everyone has a
Like-
sense of, but well, it's more of a social. Everyone has a certain social attribute that's not
It's
like
lacking somewhere.
yeah,
it's
or
just not up to
excel in
par.
some places, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, in everyday life, I don't know how they even established it 30 years ago, because everyone is very unique on the way they either take in information or they communicate with people, or this guy right here, he's borderline like fucking vegetable, but he's able to survive.
I know.
Like, he has 2 grown children. I mean, he has a job. I mean, he's living his life. He has a car.
And here I am working my ass off, and I'm struggling.
Like, he survived. This turtle
It's
made
nuts.
it through the tides.
Not yet. It's not over. But
And if he could do it, anyone can do it.
and I am working my ass off and struggling. No, there's
No,
really
I'm
no
saying
rhyme or
though, I'm
reason.
like,
That's why you don't like me, huh?
Excuse me. What did you say?
That's why you don't like me. I can coast and live fine. You have to work your ass
I mean, that works for some people, I guess.
It's a little annoying. Yeah.
I mean, it is annoying in some people. I mean,
It should be annoying.
I mean, on a serious note, if you're all struggling financially,
Yes.
you should just do what we do and just work 90 hours a week.
It's-
Okay? You won't have any
So-
time to
just
spend
work your
any
ass
money.
off till you
So
burn
lose
out.
your
Right?
sanity.
You'll
Yeah.
be fine.
So lose compromise sanity for work ethic.
And dementia's going to kick in sooner or later.
That's
Yeah.
very true. That's a possibility.
No, but
That's what- you know.
on like a positive note, that's the truth, though. It's like people just have to. I mean, our generation, I say, we all have to work a little bit harder than, our parents talk about how hard they worked and stuff like this. But we have to. They had to work to provide. We have to work to survive.
They say our generation will be the first generation that the majority will make less than their parents.
They will. I
And
think
that's
so.
fucked
I mean,
up.
we have to work harder to survive rather than our parents have to work harder to provide. So, and that matter is, we're not even providing; we're just surviving. So, how are we going to
know.
provide for our children?
I know.
You know
and
what I mean?
This is I don't want to go down this road because I'm going to get animated and really pissed off. And it's just I thought about exactly what you're saying. You're
Yeah.
right. And it's gonna infuriate me. I'm glad we're close to the end of the show because I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
It's okay. I can talk about this for 15 more minutes. So,
Loving yourself. Everyone's loving themselves right now.
Where are we in that video, anyways? Oh, okay. Oh, yes. No, but seriously. So,
I agree
all right,
with you.
our parents worked multiple jobs for pretty much our entire life. And they were working. Both our parents worked. Both of your parents worked. Everyone
Yes,
worked, right?
they did.
So, and
Well,
they,
my mom part-time, my dad full-time. He did a
but
good
still,
job.
they worked, right?
Yes, yeah.
And they came from a generation where their parents probably their father worked for the
Yes,
most part.
Yeah,
And if their mother worked, it was very after they were already out of high school. It was kind of one of those things.
yeah.
So now we're in a generation where both the parents have to work full time, right? So both of us have to work full time. So how is that getting better? Where things are more expensive, more
Yeah.
people have to work full time. So what's the next level?
It's
you bring in a third member of the family. For the, you know what I mean? Like,
well, kind of what you have now. You got Eric.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, the percentage of people like the lower class, there's no middle class anymore. We can
terrifying.
establish that. It doesn't exist
Well,
anymore.
years
you know
ago
what I mean?
when I was in Africa, I said to myself, I remember when I was in Johannesburg, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the future of America. And you have these houses that are mansions, and right next to that mansion is a shanty, and somebody lives there. And I'm like, oh my God, that is terrifying.
It's just a hobo.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I
There's
work.
no middle ground at all.
And
Jesus, I mean, I work almost 70
I
hours a
think
week.
A part of it, like also like comes with what is somebody willing to do.
True.
That's true.
Yeah, like we have multiple jobs in America that just straight Americans don't want to do. Dishwashing being one of them. Yeah, you've
It's a terrible job, and then who?
Terrible job.
Yes.
When you get rid of a dishwasher, how easy is it to replace one? It's not.
Nothing. You get a guy off the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a tough job. Dishwashers probably work one of the hardest jobs in a restaurant and get paid the least.
It's like a banker. They handle the money. They get paid shit.
That's right.
They're the teller, right?
It's
They're
one of
the
those-
handle the actual fucking money, and they get paid nothing.
It's one of the
You know what I mean?
toughest jobs. There's a lot of tough jobs
Yeah.
out there that you actually. It takes more work to do, and then your money does not
Yeah, it's
represent.
annoying.
You know.
And granted, it's on me. I do work a 40-hour week. That's it. I mean, most people I know don't work 40 hours. They work more than that. I work 40 hours. And, and, maybe I need to work more.
Yeah.
Apparently, I do now.
I remember my first part-time job.
Yeah. What were you doing?
Washing dishes.
Was that you started as a dishwasher?
Yeah.
It's literally one of the toughest jobs, and I can understand why you have to go through so many dishwashers in a restaurant because it's not an easy job.
Yeah.
I mean, the dishes don't stop.
Yeah, I know. It must not be.
You're one of the first ones there, and you're one of the last ones to leave. And you're sitting there in a pit of just constant and you have a busy night and you're by yourself. It just gets worse and worse and piles on and piles on. And there's no, everyone else in the restaurant's making more money because it's busy, except for you.
Yeah.
You're not making.
Unless you're
That
me.
sucks.
Yeah.
Because I'd be out before the kitchen.
True. Unless you were efficient. No, it's true. I mean, so it's like you can't put a dollar sign on the hard work of certain jobs because it just doesn't make any sense, right? A guy sitting in corporate America making $1 million a year just doing nothing, making people do other stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's an equivalent to the person working their ass off and said any restaurant in America, 40 plus hours a week. But
a friend of mine from church, he's one of the CFOs of a small organization, but prior to that he was in project management. And the one thing that that he mentioned is one thing he said that I don't get paid for what I can do.
Yeah.
I get paid for what others can't do. Basically,
it's an interesting way of looking at it.
Because at one point, like if you get so say if you're working like an organization, let's say like a manufacturer, and the manager of the manufacturing facility, he's in his 40s or his 50s, he's been there, done that, went to school, went into project management, and so on and so forth.
Yep.
And those underneath him, they come to a problem, they don't have no idea how to solve.
They know how to do it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to solve it. I don't know where to even begin with it. Let's go to this guy who's the manager of the manufacturing facility. And I was like, okay, well, just so that you don't have to bother me again, let's go through this.
Yep.
And here it is. Does he do anything outside of normal paperwork? Not really. But if he needs to do something that the people underneath him don't know how to do, well, then he has to show them how to do it.
Exactly.
Because otherwise they're going to run the same problem. They don't know how to do it, and if he's not there, it's not going to get
So
done.
you get paid for what other people don't know rather than what you know. I guess you am.
And
that's why
a cousin who was talking about the same person went and said, well, yeah, he literally does nothing for work. He worked for it because he's spent X amount of years in the field and then
and that's why people don't show people how to do their jobs.
Yeah.
Like you're ever gonna be in a working situation, someone's like, "Hey, train this person how to do your job." You never train them 100%.
It's annoying.
You train them to 75%, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because if you train them to 100%, they're going to replace you for cheaper money.
Yeah.
You train them to about as minimum as they need to know.
Leave out the
To do the
details.
job.
You leave out the details, you leave out the shortcuts, and you leave out the ways to be efficient doing your job. And you do that, anyone who's listening to the show, you do that, give them to 75%. You fulfilled your obligation to show someone how to do their job, but at the same time, you secured your job. You never give out the trade secrets. You never ever tell. The only time you give out a trade secret is either A, when you're leaving the company and you have someone you like that wants to continue on, you give them the secrets, or you're going to retire, and that's it. But
Yeah.
if you have some little niches and some shortcuts, never establish your shortcuts, because when you do that, you expose yourself and you make those shortcuts become obsolete, and everyone can actually do your job. You want to make sure you want to make sure you're a viable source that you can't be replaced. And that is number one in the society that we live in these days, is if you make yourself replaceable, you will be replaced.
Yeah.
If you make yourself non-replaceable by either secrets you have or naked pictures of your boss you may have, or stuff of that nature, you make yourself very established. Then basically you can't go anywhere.
It's a very
I mean,
profound way to end the show, Artie. I gotta
But-
say that was deep. That was real, but it's real.
but
That
it's
was probably
true
the most
though, right?
real thing. You
it's a
hit that
very
on the head. You did. You did.
it's not
Well
about it's not about working harder. It's about working smarter.
You
So
just Jerry Springer this. You know how his final thought?
bring it together. No, but
Totally,
seriously, it's not about working harder. It's about working smarter. Know how you do your job. Do it the most efficient way you can do it. Keep it to yourself. Don't share with anyone. And make sure that people coming in, you give them a little flicker of information, enough to feed them. It's just a flicker.
A little flickerage.
You don't want to give them the
Little
whole rod. You just want to give them a flicker. It's because you know what? You tell a 21-year-old how to do your job, and you've been working it for 20 years, and you're making maybe close to 6 figures, and you're doing really well for yourself. You tell that 21-year-old, all of a sudden he's going to get this burst of fucking energy. He's going to over excel, and all of a sudden your boss is going to have an employee that's making 35 grand a year, working twice as hard as you, and now you're replaced.
Mhm.
You never want that. And I don't, it is not a sense of society. Whereas in society, you want to give the youth the information to proceed and to do better.
Yeah.
But no, now it's a system of you're providing for your house, you're providing for your home, your own liability, your own, you're living. You need to live, right?
Yeah. That's very true.
So that's the thing you do. Don't get over anxious. Don't teach everyone you know. Even if it's the littlest job, even if it's bartending, keep the trade secrets to yourself and pepper them in when necessary.
That's very true.
And know who you're training, because you can't trust anyone out there.
No.
Because the person you're training tomorrow will be your replacement today.
And you see, that is why you start off with them emptying the hot water from the iced tea machine.
Oh yeah, the biggest prank I've ever done. In my career. So all right, so we'll do the.
We gotta end this.
We'll end
soon.
on
I
this.
gotta get going
No,
at some point. We're an hour.
We'll end on this. So
It's only 8:30.
my
I
my
gotta eat, man.
my hazing of employees, new trainees at Margaritas, was we had a coffee machine that was directly hooked into a water line, and I would tell them to drain the hot water out of the coffee machine.
Oh shit.
And once the hot water was drained, your night was over. And because it was a continuous line out of the hot water machine, the water would never stop.
Oh, that's
So
even
I've
awesome.
seen multiple people sitting there with a 5-gallon bucket, just sitting there for 25 minutes. The water's pouring out,
That's awesome.
and we would sit there, and it was an
Waste
innocent
of water,
hazing.
though.
Innocent hazing.
Innocent hazing. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean,
But I've gotten many people on that, right, Kacy?
yeah.
Yeah, I actually got someone who was waiting tables before me at the 99,
There
and
you go.
he fell for it.
So there you go. Nowadays, you'd probably be fired for some hazing act like that, right?
I mean, you remember Maggie, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember how she
I think I
left her,
made her cry once.
you remember how she left her keys around all the time?
Yes.
I hid them one time because she left them around the expo line, and I'd premeditated this, but I had made Jello and I stuck her keys in Jello, so she had to take an Uber home. And
you went that far?
we didn't find out. I mean, it solidified the next day, so I didn't see it until after
Yeah.
the fact.
Okay.
But so she had to Uber home
Okay.
and then Uber back for the next day.
Casey, that's mean. I would at least have told her that the keys are in the Jello by
pretty
the
bad,
night was
yeah.
over. Do you know if you ever have a roommate you don't like, go into his room one night, take all his underwear, put it in a bucket of water, and put it in the freezer.
That's yeah. I mean, it's innocent, but it's nasty.
So
I was just gonna go with peanut butter. Put it
Peanut butter.
put it-
There we go.
put it
You have
in his-
dogs, peanut butter.
put it in his pillowcase.
Yeah.
and just wait. The rats will come.
On another note, if you ever at a house party, kids out there watching, and you want to do an ultimate prank, you go into the silverware drawer and you take whoever's house you're at silverware, take it off and fill it with water and stick it in the freezer. They will not realize they have no silverware until they 2 days later, when they're looking for a fork, they'll open their drawer and there'll be no silverware. And they'll open their dishwasher, there'll be no silverware. And then eventually they will find the frozen silverware.
Well, then you just throw the brick in the sink and put it in hot water. You defrost it.
You do,
gonna
but
take
it's
a
not as
while.
convenient as just getting a fucking fork out.
That's true. Yeah.
And if you really want to take the next step, take their underwear and mix it with the silverware too. So I've done that in many frat houses. From
Why don't you
Amherst
just
to
pull out
Boston.
the whole wardrobe?
You could do that too.
Yeah.
You do anything you want. Anything is possible.
Yeah, no. Just skip everything. Pull out the whole wardrobe. Throw it in the trash. Take the
Jesus
trash out.
Christ.
That's it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be fine.
I mean, that's a little extreme.
Just drink your purple Sprite. It'll be all right.
Purple Sprite, all right.
Speaking of purple, my mom asked me if I own a purple plate today.
That's a random question.
And then when my sister says, yeah, possibly, why? She's like, oh, it fell off the refrigerator and almost knocked me out and I broke it. You know, if my mother never even mentioned it, no one even known. Right? You know my mother. Too much
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, exactly.
Casey knows my mother.
Great
She works with my
woman,
mother.
but,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I just remember one time Artie was pissed and he said to his mother, screaming, I'm pretty sure guests in the front heard him, just do your freaking job and get the out of here.
I'm probably sure that's why I was to my mother. I agree. One night I was closing manager and I had my mother, my cousin Brittany, and Eric as the closing employees.
Which
They
Eric?
Sounds
That
Powers.
Eric?
Yes, they should
That
have gave me.
Eric?
They should have gave me a revolver for that night to deal with that much fucking.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I don't want to be a manager anymore. I'll leave it at that. Casey, you plugging anything? You want anyone to go somewhere if you're watching this? What's your plug?
My plug?
Yeah, your website or
Oh,
what
okay.
you doing?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
man.
I mean, my Facebook website, I can't even think of the exact URL. But,
Go closer so we can hear you.
Yeah.
There we go.
My website hasn't had a whole lot of action, primarily to me like barely sleeping, but it's due to get a little bit more exciting with quotes and
A little
whatnot.
flickerage in the
But,
website.
I will probably have already post a link to my Facebook.
Well, what is it called? Throw it
Yeah,
out
well,
there,
yes,
man.
throw it
Just
out
say
there.
what
We'll
is,
find it.
man.
Yeah.
Just say what it is.
Yeah, it's called. The Facebook page would be called The Secrets of Terra Salente, or you can even just type my name in, and you'll find both my name and the group.
Nice. Check it out, man.
The group will have
what it's called? Secrets of what?
Terra Salente.
Terra
If you know
Salente.
Latin,
All right.
just
Terra Salente.
Terra
Yeah.
Salente.
if you know
Check that out,
Latin, just means silent earth.
That's cool.
All
I
right,
like it.
Adam.
You know, check out go to YouTube, check out the Whirlwind Potato
The potato
for movie stuff.
What's your latest one? We just came out. It was the
Oh yeah,
Terminator.
I
right?
was totally losing my mind over the new Terminator movie. How it just
Getting
sucked.
very angry over the Terminator.
I am because I'm a huge fan. And it was horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for telling me not to watch it.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
It's very.
Is the Joker any good?
Joker is good. We can talk about this off there. So we can talk about this. Yeah, I could go on and on.
All right. And of
Um,
course, check out the Arty 84 show on the Packy. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on iTunes. You also got the Wicked Explorers, and the baby's due in 28 days ish or something. What today's date? The 18th.
Oh, it's not in 20 minutes.
27 days. The baby
Okay.
will be popping, right? Give or take. Couple weeks. We're in fucking less than 4 weeks mark now. So baby could happen any day. So if you are tuning in on a Monday and we don't have a show, it's because she's pushing a
pop like a
she's
chick.
pushing a turkey through her. So we're gonna do the show live from the hospital room. So Adam's gonna show up. We're gonna have microphones and lights.
and
It's
the
gonna be-
baby birth and
it's gonna be
everything.
crazy.
Yeah, like,
Placenta's
the
gonna be
placenta,
everywhere.
coming out and everything.
There you go. So thank you guys for watching. If you like the show, subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and like us on fucking iTunes too. So thank you to Casey. Thank you for coming by.
Yes.
You're the
Nice to
first.
meet you.
You're
Nice
actually
to
the
meet you.
first guest in this house since
You
we've
are.
been doing it for 3 years. So congratulations.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming by. He's the #1 guest on the Arty 84 show over the years. So I guess he kind of likes us. So.
Yeah, 3 times, 3 different locations.
And I've known him since he was less than 21 years old, and I made him his first legal drink and got him hammered. So
Yep.
that's my
Nice.
Yep.
put that
And
in my
so-
pocket.
And 8 years later, still not one hangover.
That's right. Good for you. You should tell Eric how you're doing that because he's having hangover right now.
Well, maybe if he stopped injecting his liver with tequila and rum shots, but he's not going to listen to good advice.
No. All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Bye.